Welcome to Learn English with Stories 365. I'm so happy you're here today. Let's talk about something exciting. Speaking English every day. Yes, every day. It's the best way to get better at English. It builds your confidence. It helps your pronunciation. And it makes real conversations so much easier. Have you ever felt shy speaking English? Maybe you wanted to say something, but the words didn't come out right. I know that feeling. Think of one time that happened to you. Take a moment. Just 15 seconds. Ready? Okay. Don't worry if it felt hard. Today we'll make it easier with 5 simple exercises you can do every day. These exercises are fun, quick, and perfect for busy people like you. Part 1, Introduction, Why Speaking English Daily Matters. Let's start with why speaking daily is so important. Imagine this. You're at a cafe. A friendly waiter asks, "What would you like?" You smile and say, "A coffee, please," in perfect English. No stress, no shy feelings, just confidence. That's what happens when you practice speaking every day. It's like exercising your body. The more you do it, the stronger you get. Have you ever tried speaking English to yourself? Maybe in the mirror? It feels a bit funny at first, but it works. I used to be so nervous speaking English. I'd freeze when someone asked me a question. But then I started practicing every day. Now I feel so much better. You can too. Speaking English daily also helps with real-life moments. Think about travel, or meeting new friends, or even watching your favorite English movie without subtitles. Doesn't that sound amazing? It's not about being perfect. It's about trying. It's about getting better one step at a time. There's a famous quote I love. It's by a writer named Maya Angelou. She said, "Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better." I think that's perfect for learning English. Don't worry if you make mistakes. Mistakes are okay. They help us learn. Have you ever made a funny mistake in English? Maybe you said the wrong word? I did once. I said chicken instead of kitchen. Everyone laughed, and I laughed too. It was no big deal. So, what's the plan for today? We're going to learn 5 daily exercises to help you speak English every day. Each exercise takes just 5 minutes. 5 minutes, that's all. You can do them in the morning, at lunch, or even before bed. They're easy to fit into your day. And they're perfect for A2 and B1 learners like you. These exercises will help you feel more confident. They'll help you speak more clearly, and they'll make English feel more natural. Are you ready to hear about them? I think you are. We'll go through each one step by step. By the end of this video, you'll have a full plan to start speaking English every day. Let me tell you a quick story. When I started learning English, I was so scared to speak. I thought everyone would laugh at me. But then I met a teacher named Sarah. She told me to practice speaking just a little bit every day. She said, even if it's just one sentence, say it out loud. So I tried it. Every morning I'd look in the mirror and say, "I'm learning English and I'm doing great." At first, I felt silly, but after a few weeks, I noticed something. I wasn't so scared anymore. I started speaking more. I even made new friends because I wasn't afraid to talk. That's the power of daily practice. It changes you. It makes you braver. Do you want to feel braver when you speak English? I bet you do. Now, let's think about your day. Do you have 5 minutes in the morning, maybe while you drink your coffee, or 5 minutes at lunch? I'm sure you do. That's all you need to start. These exercises are so simple. You don't need a teacher. You don't need fancy books. You just need your voice and a little bit of time. And don't worry if you feel shy at first. That's normal. Everyone feels shy sometimes. Even me. But the more you practice, the less shy you'll feel. It's like magic. Have you ever felt that magic moment when you say something in English and someone understands you? It feels so good. That's what we're working toward. Before we jump into the exercises, let me ask you something. Why do you want to speak English better? Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want to get a better job. Or maybe you just want to talk to new people. Take a moment to think about it. What's your reason? Hold that reason in your mind. It will help you stay motivated. For me, I wanted to watch English movies without subtitles. And guess what? Now I can. It took time, but I did it. You can do it too. These 5 exercises will help you get there. We'll talk about reading aloud, describing your day, talking to yourself, repeating phrases, and retelling stories. Each one is fun and easy. You'll love them. So, here's your first daily challenge to get started. Today, I want you to say one simple sentence out loud. Just one. Look in the mirror and say, "Hello, I'm learning English." That's it. It's easy, right? Try it today. Say it with a smile. Feel how good it feels to speak English. And don't worry if it sounds funny at first. Just try it. Tomorrow we'll start with the first exercise. It's all about reading aloud. It's so simple, but it works so well. Are you excited? I am. Let's keep going and learn how to speak English every day, one step at a time. Part 2. Exercise 1. Speak while you read. Morning routine. Let's dive into our first exercise to help you speak English every day. It's called Speak While You Read, and it's perfect for your morning routine. Imagine this. You wake up, grab a cup of coffee, and spend just 5 minutes reading something in English out loud. That's it. 5 minutes. It's so easy to fit into your day. This exercise helps you practice pronunciation. It helps you feel more comfortable with English words. And it's a great way to start your day with confidence. Have you ever tried reading something in English out loud? Maybe a book? Or even a short message? If not, don't worry. Today we'll learn how to do it step by step. So what's the idea? Every morning, pick a short paragraph in English. It can be from a news article, a children's book, or even a story on our channel. Learn English with Stories 365. You only need something small. About 50 to 100 words is perfect. Then read it out loud for 5 minutes. Don't rush. Take your time. Focus on saying each word clearly. It's not about speed. It's about sounding clear and feeling good while you speak. If you don't understand every word, that's okay. Just keep going. The more you do this, the better you'll get. Have you ever noticed how some words in English sound tricky, like the or think? Reading out loud helps you practice those sounds. Let me give you an example to try. I'll read a short paragraph and you can follow along. Here it is. I wake up at 7 a.m. every day. I drink a cup of coffee and eat some toast. Then I walk my dog in the park. It's a sunny day, so I feel happy. That's about 50 words. Now let's practice together. I'll say one sentence, and you repeat it after me. Ready? Here's the first sentence. I wake up at 7 a.m. every day. Now you try. Take 15 seconds and say it out loud. Go ahead. Okay, great job. Let's try another one. I drink a cup of coffee and eat some toast. Say it with me. Take another 15 seconds. Nice. See how easy that is? You're already practicing. Here's a little tip to make this even better. Record yourself while you read. Use your phone. Just press record and read the paragraph. Then listen to it. Don't worry if it doesn't sound perfect. Nobody's perfect. But listening helps you hear what you can improve. Maybe you notice a word you said too fast, or a sound that felt hard. I used to do this when I was learning English. I'd record myself reading short stories. At first, I laughed because I sounded so funny. But after a few weeks, I could hear the difference. My words were clearer. My voice sounded stronger. Have you ever recorded yourself speaking English? It's like having a little teacher in your pocket. Let me share a quick story about how this helped me. When I started learning English, I had trouble with the TH sound. You know, like in think or the. It always sounded like T or D when I said it. So I decided to read children's books out loud every morning. Books like The Cat in the Hat. They were easy and fun. I'd read for 5 minutes, focusing on the th sounds. At first it felt so hard, but after a month I got better. One day I said think perfectly while talking to a friend. She didn't even notice, but I was so proud. That's what this exercise can do for you. It helps with the little things that make a big difference. Now, let's talk about how to make this fun. Pick something you enjoy reading. Maybe a story about animals, or a news article about your favorite singer. If you like what you're reading, you'll want to do it every day. And don't worry about making mistakes. If you say a word wrong, just laugh and try again. I've made so many funny mistakes. Once I was reading a recipe out loud and said chicken instead of kitchen. I laughed so hard. Mistakes are part of learning. They're not bad. They're good. What's one English word you find hard to say? Think about it for a moment. Got it? Great. Try practicing that word tomorrow when you read. Another tip: don't just read the same thing every day. Change it up. One day, read a story. The next day, read a short email, or even a poem. It keeps things interesting, and it helps you learn new words. If you don't know where to find things to read, check out our channel, Learn English with Stories 365. We have lots of short stories perfect for this exercise. You can also look for free articles online, or use a book you already have at home. The important thing is to keep it simple. Don't pick something too hard. You're just starting, so be kind to yourself. Have you ever read something in English that made you smile? Maybe a funny story? That's the kind of thing to choose. Let's practice one more time before we wrap up this exercise. I'll give you a short sentence to read out loud. Here it is. The sunny day makes me happy. Say it 3 times. Take 30 seconds to practice. Go ahead. First time. Second time. Third time. How did that feel? I bet it felt good. Even if it wasn't perfect, you tried. And that's what matters. Every time you do this, you're building your speaking skills. You're teaching your mouth to make English sounds. You're teaching your brain to think in English. It's like a little workout for your English every morning. So, here's your daily challenge for this exercise. Tomorrow morning, find one short paragraph in English. It can be from a book, a website, or anywhere. Just 50 words or so. Read it out loud for 5 minutes. Take your time. Say each word clearly. If you want, record yourself and listen to it. Don't worry about mistakes. Just have fun with it. This is your first step to speaking English every day. I know you can do it. It's so simple, but it works so well. Try it tomorrow and see how it feels. Let me know in the comments how it goes. Ready for the next exercise? Let's keep going and make speaking English a part of your day. Part 3. Exercise 2. Describe your day. Midday chat. Now we're moving on to our second exercise to help you speak English every day. This one is called Describe Your Day, and it's perfect for a midday chat. Imagine you're having lunch. Maybe you're eating a sandwich or some soup. You take 5 minutes to talk about your morning in English. That's all. Just 5 minutes. You can talk to yourself, to a friend, or even record a voice note on your phone. This exercise helps you build vocabulary. It helps you practice making sentences. And it makes you feel more confident about speaking in real-life situations. Have you ever tried talking about your day in English? If not, don't worry. Today, we'll learn how to do it step by step. Let's start with the idea. At lunchtime, think about your morning. What did you do? Then say it out loud in English. Keep it simple. Use short sentences. You don't need to be perfect. The goal is to practice speaking and get better over time. I'll give you a structure to make it easy. Start with something like this. I woke up at, then I ate, and then I went to. That's a great way to begin. Let me show you an example. Here's what I might say about my morning. I woke up at 8 a.m. I ate toast and eggs. I went to the park. That's about 50 words. It's short, but it's enough to start. Have you thought about your morning today? What's one thing you did? Here's how you can practice this. Sit down at lunch. Maybe you're at home or at work. Take a deep breath and start talking. If you're shy, you can do it quietly, or you can whisper to yourself. Nobody has to hear you. The important thing is to say the words out loud. Let's try it now. I'll give you a sentence to start with. I woke up at... Finish the sentence with your own time. Take 15 seconds to say it out loud. Go ahead. Great. Now try this one. I ate... What did you eat today? Take another 15 seconds and say it. Nice job. See how easy that is? You're already describing your day. This exercise is really good for practicing past tense. You know, words like woke, ate, or went. Those are past tense verbs. They tell what you did before. A lot of learners find past tense hard at first, but the more you practice, the easier it gets. When I was learning English, I used to mix up my verbs all the time. I'd say I eat instead of I ate. But doing this exercise every day helped me get better. Now I don't even think about it. It just comes naturally. Have you ever mixed up your verbs in English? Maybe you said go instead of went? It's okay. That's how we learn. Let me share a little story. When I started doing this exercise, I felt so shy at first. I'd sit at my kitchen table with my lunch and talk to myself. I woke up at 7. I drank coffee. I read a book. It felt a bit funny. But after a few days, I started to enjoy it. One day, I decided to record myself on my phone. I listened to it and thought, hey, I sound pretty good. It wasn't perfect, but I could hear my progress. That made me so happy, and it gave me more confidence to speak with other people. Do you ever feel shy talking about your day? It's normal, but it gets easier, I promise. Here's a tip to make this exercise fun. Add more details if you feel ready. For example, instead of just saying, I ate toast, you can say, I ate toast with butter and jam. It was delicious. Or instead of, I went to the park, say, I went to the park and saw a big dog. Adding details helps you practice more words. But don't feel pressure. Start small. Even 3 sentences are enough. The goal is to speak, not to be perfect. What's one detail you could add about your morning? Think about it for a moment. Maybe what you ate or who you saw? Got it? Great. Try adding that detail when you practice today. Another idea. If you have a friend who speaks English, you can tell them about your morning. Or if you're alone, pretend you're talking to someone. Imagine you're on the phone with a friend. Say, hey, this morning I woke up early. I ate some fruit. I listened to music. It feels more real that way. And it's good practice for real conversations. I used to pretend I was talking to my favorite English teacher. It made me laugh, but it helped me feel less nervous. Have you ever pretended to talk to someone in English? It's a fun way to practice. You can even pretend you're talking to me right now. Let's do one more practice together. I'll give you a question to answer out loud. What's one thing you did this morning? Take 30 seconds to answer in 2 sentences. For example, I drank tea. It was very hot. Now it's your turn. Go ahead. How did that feel? I bet you did great. Even if it felt hard, you tried. And that's the most important thing. Every time you do this, you're getting better. You're teaching your brain to make English sentences. You're building your confidence one word at a time. So here's your daily challenge for this exercise. At lunch today, describe your morning in 5 sentences. Just 5. Keep it simple. Maybe say when you woke up, what you ate, and what you did. If you want, write it down first to help you. Then say it out loud. You can talk to yourself, record it, or tell a friend. Don't worry about mistakes, just have fun with it. This is your second step to speaking English every day. I know you can do it. It's so easy, and it feels so good to try. Let me know in the comments how it goes. Ready for the next exercise? Let's keep going and make speaking English a part of your routine. Part 4, Exercise 3, Talk to yourself. Afternoon reflection. Let's move on to our third exercise to help you speak English every day. This one is called Talk to Yourself, and it's perfect for an afternoon reflection. Imagine you're sitting down after lunch. Maybe you're at home or taking a break at work. You spend 5 minutes talking to yourself in English about anything you want. That's it. Just 5 minutes. Nobody's listening. Nobody's judging. It's just you and your voice. This exercise helps you practice speaking without feeling shy. It helps you think in English, and it makes speaking feel more natural. Have you ever talked to yourself in English? Maybe when nobody's around? If not, don't worry. Today, we'll learn how to do it step by step. Here's the idea. In the afternoon, find a quiet moment. It doesn't have to be long. Just 5 minutes. Start talking about anything that comes to your mind. Maybe talk about what you see around you, or talk about how you feel, or talk about your plans for the evening. There's no right or wrong way to do this. The goal is to get comfortable speaking English out loud. Let me give you an example. Here's what I might say if I'm sitting at my desk. I'm sitting at my desk right now. I see a blue pen and a notebook. I'm feeling a bit tired, but I'm happy. That's so simple. It's just a few sentences. Have you ever tried something like this? It's easier than you think. Let's practice together. Look around you right now. What do you see? Take 30 seconds and describe 3 things in English. For example, I see a chair, I see a window, I see a cup. Go ahead. Don't worry if your sentences are short, that's fine. Just say what you see. How did that feel? I bet it felt good to try. Even if you hesitated, you did it. And that's what matters. This exercise is all about freedom. You don't have to follow rules. You don't have to be perfect. You just talk. It's like a little playground for your English. One big benefit of this exercise is that there's no pressure. When you talk to other people, you might feel nervous. You might think, oh no, what if I say the wrong thing? But when you talk to yourself, there's no one to judge you. It's just you. You can say anything you want. You can make mistakes and laugh about it. I used to do this when I was learning English. I'd sit in my room and talk about my day. Sometimes I'd say silly things like, I wish I had a magic cat. It made me laugh, but it also made me braver. Have you ever felt nervous speaking English to someone? This exercise helps with that. It's like a safe space to practice. Here's a little story. When I started talking to myself in English, I felt so strange at first. I'd close my door and whisper so nobody could hear me. I'd say things like, I ate rice for lunch. It was yummy. Now I'm reading a book. After a few days, I noticed something. I wasn't thinking so hard about the words anymore. They just came out. One day, I was at the store and needed to ask for help. I said, "Excuse me, where's the bread?" Without even thinking. It felt so easy. That's what this exercise does. It helps you think in English naturally. Do you want to feel that way too? I know you do. Let's talk about some topics you can use. If you don't know what to say, start with something simple. Talk about the weather. It's sunny today, I like it. Or talk about food. I ate a sandwich. It was good. Or talk about your plans. Tonight I'll watch a movie. You can also talk about how you feel. I'm happy today. I'm learning English. There are so many things to say. Pick something easy and just start talking. What's one thing you could talk about right now? Maybe the room you're in? Or what you'll do later? Think about it for a moment. Got it? Great. That's your starting point for today. Here's a tip to make this even more fun. Pretend you're talking to an imaginary friend. Maybe a funny character from a movie. Or pretend you're on a TV show. It sounds silly, but it works. I used to pretend I was talking to a famous actor. I'd say, "Hey, what did you do today?" And then answer myself. It made me laugh, but it also made me less shy. You can also walk around while you talk. Maybe walk around your room or your house. Moving helps you feel more relaxed. Have you ever tried walking and talking at the same time? It's a great way to practice. It feels like a real conversation. Let's do one more practice together. This time, let's talk about how you feel right now. I'll start. I'm feeling happy because I'm teaching you English. Now it's your turn. Take 30 seconds and say 1 or 2 sentences about how you feel. Go ahead. How did that go? I bet you did great. Even if you only said a few words, That's perfect. Every time you do this, you're getting better. You're training your brain to think in English. You're making speaking feel easy and natural. So, here's your daily challenge for this exercise. This afternoon, take 5 minutes to talk to yourself in English. Just 5 minutes. Talk about anything you want. Maybe your plans for the evening, or what you see around you, or how you feel. Don't worry about mistakes, just let the words come out. If you want, do it while you're walking around, or pretend you're talking to a friend. Have fun with it. This is your third step to speaking English every day. I know you can do it. It's so simple and it feels so good to try. Let me know in the comments how it goes. Ready for the next exercise? Let's keep going and make speaking English a part of your life. Part 5, Exercise 4, Repeat and Respond. Evening listening. Now we're on to our fourth exercise to help you speak English every day. This one is called Repeat and Respond, and it's perfect for the evening. Imagine you're winding down after a long day. Maybe you're sitting on the couch or getting ready for bed. You spend 5 minutes listening to some English audio and speaking along with it. That's it. Just 5 minutes. This exercise combines listening and speaking. It helps you improve your pronunciation. It helps you learn new phrases. And it gets you ready for real conversations. Have you ever tried speaking along with a video or podcast? If not, don't worry. Today we'll learn how to do it step by step. Here's the idea. In the evening, find a short English audio clip. It can be a podcast, a YouTube video, or even a song. Something simple, about 5 minutes long. Listen to it and repeat some of the phrases you hear. Then add your own response. For example, if you hear someone say, "I love coffee," you repeat, "I love coffee." Then you add, "Me too." Or if they say, "It's a sunny day," you repeat it and say, "Yes, it is." It's like having a little conversation with the audio. This helps you practice listening and speaking at the same time. Have you ever listened to something in English and wished you could reply? This exercise lets you do that. Let's practice together. I'll say a sentence and you repeat it. Then you add your own response. Ready? Here's the sentence. I like to learn English. Take 15 seconds to repeat it out loud. Go ahead. Now add your own sentence. Maybe something like, "It's fun." Take another 15 seconds to say it. Nice job. See how easy that is? You're listening, repeating, and responding. That's the whole idea. It's like a game. You don't have to be perfect. Just try to copy what you hear and add a little something of your own. Where can you find audio to use? There are so many options. If you like podcasts, try something simple like BBC Learning English. They have short episodes with clear speaking. Or you can watch a YouTube video for beginners. Look for videos with subtitles if you want extra help. Even a kids' show works great because the language is easy. I used to listen to a show called Peppa Pig. Don't laugh. It helped me a lot. The words were simple, and I could repeat things like Peppa jumps in the puddle. Then I'd add, "That's funny." What's one English video or podcast you've heard before? Think about it for a moment. Got it? That's a good one to start with. Here's a little story about how this exercise helped me. When I was learning English, I struggled with understanding fast speakers. I'd listen to people talk and miss half the words. So I started doing this exercise. Every evening, I'd listen to a short podcast. I picked one called Daily Easy English. It was only 5 minutes long. I'd listen to a sentence, pause it, and repeat it. Then I'd add my own comment. Like if they said, "I ate pizza today," I'd say, "I ate pizza today. Yum." At first, I felt slow, but after a few weeks, I noticed something. I could understand more, and I felt braver speaking. Do you sometimes find English speakers too fast? This exercise slows it down for you. Let's talk about why this works so well. Repeating helps your mouth get used to English sounds. Some words are tricky, right? Like beautiful or world. When you repeat them, you practice those sounds. And responding helps you think in English. It's like training for a real conversation. You learn to listen and reply quickly. Plus, it's fun. You can agree, disagree, or even laugh. If the audio says something funny, you can say, "Ha ha, that's great." It feels like you're part of the conversation. Have you ever wanted to join an English conversation but felt too shy? This exercise gets you ready for that. Here's a tip to make this even better. Don't just repeat anything. Pick phrases you like or want to learn. For example, if you hear, "I had a great day," and you think that's useful, repeat it. Then add your own response. Maybe, "I had a great day too." That way, you're learning phrases you can use later. And don't worry if you can't catch every word. Just do your best. If you miss something, keep going. I used to miss so many words. I'd hear a sentence and only catch half of it, but I'd still repeat what I heard and add something. It wasn't perfect, but it helped me improve. What's one English phrase you'd like to learn? Think about it. That's a good one to practice tonight. Let's do one more practice together. I'll say another sentence for you to repeat and respond to. Here it is. I'm going to the park later. Take 15 seconds to repeat it out loud. Go ahead. Now add your own response. Maybe, "That sounds nice." Take another 15 seconds to say it. "Great job. How did that feel?" I bet it felt good to try. Even if it wasn't perfect, you're practicing 2 skills at once. Listening and speaking. Every time you do this, you're getting better. You're training your ears and your voice to work together in English. So, here's your daily challenge for this exercise. Tonight, find a 5-minute English audio clip. It can be a podcast, a video, or anything you like. Listen to it and pick 3 phrases to repeat. Say each phrase out loud, then add your own response. For example, if they say, "I like tea," you say, "I like tea, me too." Don't worry if you miss some words. Just do your best and have fun with it. This is your fourth step to speaking. English every day. I know you can do it. It's so easy, and it feels so good to try. Let me know in the comments how it goes. Ready for the next exercise? Let's keep going and make speaking English a part of your evening. Part 6. Exercise 5. Story Retelling. Nighttime Wrap-Up. Now we're on to our fifth and final exercise to help you speak English every day. This one is called Story Retelling, and it's perfect for a nighttime wrap-up. Imagine you're getting ready for bed. Maybe you're brushing your teeth or sitting in bed. You spend 5 minutes retelling a short story or something from your day in English. That's it. Just 5 minutes. This exercise helps you practice storytelling. It helps you build sentences. And it makes you better at sharing ideas in English. Have you ever tried retelling a story in English? Maybe a movie or a book? If not, don't worry. Today we'll learn how to do it step by step. Here's the idea. Before you go to sleep, pick something to retell. It could be a short story you heard, or something that happened during your day, or even a story from our channel. Learn English with Stories 365. Keep it simple. You don't need a big, complicated story. Then retell it in your own words for 5 minutes. Don't worry about getting every detail right. Just focus on the main ideas. Use simple sentences. This helps you practice speaking naturally. It also helps you remember new words and phrases. Have you ever told someone about your day in English? This exercise is like that, but with a story. Let me give you an example. I'll share a very short story, about 50 words. Here it is. A boy found a magic lamp in the desert. He rubbed it and a genie came out. The boy wished for a dog. The dog appeared and barked happily. That's a tiny story, right? Now let me retell it in my own words. A boy got a lamp. It was magic. He asked for a dog. The dog came. See? I didn't use all the words. I just said the main parts. That's what you'll do too. Let's try it together. I'll tell you a 2-sentence story and you retell it in your own words. Here it is. I saw a bird. It was red. Take 30 seconds to retell it in 1 or 2 sentences. Go ahead. How did that feel? I bet you did great. Even if it was short, you tried. This exercise is really good for practicing how to explain things. When you retell a story, you learn to organize your thoughts. You learn to pick the most important parts, and you get better at speaking for longer without stopping. At first, it might feel hard to keep going for 5 minutes. That's okay. Even 1 minute is a good start. When I started doing this, I could only talk for a few sentences before I'd stop. But I kept trying. Now I can talk for 5 minutes. Easily. It just takes practice. Have you ever found it hard to explain something in English? This exercise helps with that. It makes your speaking smoother over time. Here's a little story about how this helped me. When I was learning English, I loved bedtime stories, so I decided to retell them in English before I slept. One night, I picked a story about a turtle and a rabbit. You know, the one where they race? I'd read it in English, then retell it to myself. The turtle was slow, the rabbit was fast, but the turtle won. It wasn't perfect, but it felt so good to try. After a few weeks, I noticed something. I could tell longer stories without thinking too hard. One day I told a friend about my day in English, and it felt so easy. That's what this exercise does. Do you like bedtime stories? They're great for this. Let's talk about what you can retell. If you don't have a story, just talk about your day. For example, today I woke up early. I ate eggs. I went to the store. That's a story too. Or you can use something from our channel. Learn English with Stories 365. We have lots of short stories for beginners. Pick one, listen to it, and retell it in your own words. If you make mistakes, don't worry. It's just for you. Nobody else has to hear it. What's one thing that happened to you today? Think about it for a moment. Got it? That's something you can retell tonight. Here's a tip to make this fun. Use your imagination. If you're retelling a story, add your own ideas. For example, if the story says, "The dog barked," you can add, "The dog barked at a cat." It doesn't have to be true to the story. Just have fun with it. I used to add funny details when I retold stories, like, "The turtle wore a tiny hat." It made me laugh and it made me want to keep talking. You can also act it out a little. Use your hands or make faces. It helps you feel less shy. Have you ever added your own ideas to a story? It's a great way to practice more words. Let's do one more practice together. I'll give you another short story to retell. Here it is. A girl bought a cake. She ate it with her friends. Take 30 seconds to retell it in your own words. Maybe say who the girl is or what kind of cake. Go ahead. How did that go? I bet you did great. Even if you only said a little, that's perfect. Every time you do this, you're getting better. You're learning to speak longer. You're learning to share ideas in English. It's like a little gift to yourself before bed. So, here's your daily challenge for this exercise. Before bed tonight, take 5 minutes to retell a short story or your day in English. Just 5 minutes? Pick something simple. Maybe a story you know or just what happened today. Use simple sentences and focus on the main ideas. Don't worry about mistakes. Just enjoy telling it. This is your 5th step to speaking English every day. I know you can do it. It's so easy, and it feels so good to try. Let me know in the comments how it goes. Ready for the last part? Let's wrap up and put it all together. Part 7. Conclusion. Putting it all together. Plus recap. We've made it to the end of our journey today, and I'm so proud of you. Let's put it all together. We've learned 5 easy exercises to help you speak English every day. Each one takes just 5 minutes, That's only 25 minutes a day to build your confidence, improve your pronunciation, and get ready for real conversations. Isn't that amazing? You can do these exercises anywhere, anytime. In the morning, at lunch, in the afternoon, in the evening, and before bed. They fit into your life so easily. Have you already picked your favorite exercise? Maybe the one where you talk to yourself or retell a story? I'd love to know. Here's the big tip. Be consistent. Try these exercises every day for 30 days and see the difference. It's like planting a seed. At first, it's small, but with a little care each day, it grows into something big. That's how your English will grow too. And don't forget to join our community here at Learn English with Stories 365. We have more tips, stories, and challenges to help you. Plus, you can share your progress with us. What's one thing you learned today that you'll try tomorrow? Think about it for a moment. Got it? Great. That's your starting point. Now here's your final daily challenge. Pick one exercise we talked about and do it tomorrow. Just one. Maybe read a paragraph out loud or describe your day. Whatever feels good to you. Then tell us in the comments how it went. I can't wait to hear about it. And don't forget to subscribe for weekly speaking challenges. We're in this together, and I'm so excited for your progress. Ready for a quick recap? Let's go. Today, we learned 5 daily exercises to speak English confidently. First, read aloud in the morning. Second, describe your day at lunch. Third, talk to yourself in the afternoon. Fourth, repeat and respond to English audio in the evening. Fifth, retell a story before bed. Each exercise takes just 5 minutes but builds your skills over time. Start tomorrow with exercise 1 and share your progress in the comments. That's all for today's video, and I'm so proud of you for learning with me. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to subscribe to Learn English with Stories 365 for more fun ways to improve your English. Also, come join our friendly community on Facebook in our group, Learn English with Stories 365. We'd love to hear from you and practice together. Oh, and one more thing. Make sure to download our free PDF, 1000 Most Common English Words, to keep growing your vocabulary. The links for the Facebook group and the PDF are right in the description below. Thank you for being here. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.